Hello and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. Today we are going to be covering spoilers. We are going to be covering what happens when you complete the final mission, so to speak, in Oxygen Not Included. Now, I put in sort of quotation marks ending and final and all this stuff because Oxygen Not Included is really a game that is more about a sandbox style base building than it is a campaign with missions and achievements and, concrete goals. It's one of these games where you really make your own fun and design your own things than it is something that has these sort of concrete achievable things. However, in the game, they do have a lot of backstory given to you in the form of journal entries and emails and investigations and things of this that you cover. Right? So there's a bunch of things that you can read throughout here, journals, research notes, all sorts of stuff that kind of flesh out the backstory of who your duplicants are, who you are, and how you got into this sort of situation. So let me just pause here for a moment and in case it hasn't become clear yet, these are spoilers, right? This is a lot of spoilery stuff. If you don't want the story of the game spoiled for you, if you don't want any of that element spoiled for you, then go and watch other videos. I got a great video detailing all of the changes that came in the latest patch, minus all the spoiler stuff. I've got great videos on how you can construct the new sort of ethanol refinery type loops. I've got stuff on ice makers and how to use them to create cooling loops that are effective. I've got sour gas boiler condensers, right, so you can distill methane from petroleum. I've got all sorts of great guides out there for new players and for people who are more veteran at the game. And if you're not interested in spoilers, I highly encourage you, go and watch them. I've got other great stuff on here. If you want spoilers, though, continue on because that is what we are going to go over today. So, spoiler alert, warning, out of the way. Spoilers commence from this point on. Click away. Okay, that feels like enough warning. All right, so what happens in the final mission? What happens if you do the final sort of initiative that they offer you? Well, the final thing that they ask you to do effectively is go to the furthest destination that you have on your star map, called the Temporal Tear. Its description is the source of our misfortune, though it may also be our shot at freedom. Traces of neutronium are detectable in my readings. It's 200,000 kilometers away, so you're going to need pretty much a mastery of all the space tech at this point in order to make this work. But it is the final thing. Launching a duplicate through this temporal tear is the final initiative that they have on your sort of list of achievements. And it triggers its own cutscene, and we're going to go ahead and do that now. So I have my rocket here. It has a command capsule with an astronaut in it. It's got 4 liquid fuel tanks filled with hydrogen, a hydrogen engine, of course, 2 liquid oxidizer tanks, one of them completely full, the other one 1/3 of the way full. This beast is going to be enough to get us where we're going. And so let's go ahead and launch it. Alert! Imperative achieved. Escape asteroid. 1 brave duplicant was sent through the temporal tear to settle a new colony of their own. Though the Earth in this universe is gone, I hold out hope that others may still exist out there, tucked away in other timelines and dimensions. My duplicate travel through the temporal tear, carrying that hope on their shoulders. Perhaps one day they'll find a place to call home and begin a thriving colony all their own. Nothing would make me happier. Then it cuts to a list of your achievements. Escape asteroid. Gold now. You get to see all the other things, whether or not you've completed them. I haven't completed all of them. Sort of a rundown of your duplicates, the buildings that you've built, all that stuff. There's a time lapse as well. None of this is going to be very interesting because I'm playing on a debug world, so it's not going to look like a normal thing. But you get a sort of overview of your colony. This is also something that you can find within the game. You don't actually need to complete this objective to see this list of objectives and get this stuff. But cuts to this window, and there you have it. You're then free to continue playing the game if you like. We have our duplicant going off into space now, still on their launch. And that's it. So, obviously in the final build, I expect there to be a finished animation there, but that's more or less what happens. And again, as I sort of explained, this is a make-your-own-fun base-building sandbox type game, so don't expect this to be, even after they've kind of fixed the animation, don't expect this to be like an end of your base. Your base, it looks like it will be continued. You'll be able to continue playing it, perhaps launch more duplicates through the temporal tear, and continue on things that way. But there you have it. That's basically what we have. Now, as things get updated, I'll continue periodically sort of launching this rocket, because I have this just as a save file, and I'll keep you guys abreast of what changes. So stay tuned if you're interested in those spoilers. Other than that, I think this is it for the episode, and I will catch you guys next time.